Indeed, you did. I think I can leave that open. I'm not gonna do that. And I'm not gonna do that. The plan today is actually going to, it's actually going to be a tester. I'll be stress testing this county here by service districts. In which cases, what I mean is I'm going to shut down certain city services. That did not connect. There we go. I'm gonna shut down certain city services and just let the entire county just kind of go haywire. And then after that takes hold, we're gonna turn everything back on and see how well we can actually recover. If we can't recover, then there's definitely an issue. We should be able to recover, if not be stronger at the same time. Which means we're really gonna have to prepare our bank to do it too, because once we start doing it, we're gonna lose a lot of money. So I need to make sure that the rest of my connections are going to be correct, and I'm really going to have to redesign a couple of things. I think starting with this, I really want to redesign this. I mean, in theory, it works. Oh, I sure did, didn't I? Design that. Where would straight be? Oh, really? City Skylines, Flores, and YouTube? I have not actually. Enlighten me, please. What is that? Is that somebody's channel? Is that another streamer? Um, Original series of something? What is that exactly? Oh, I feel like this should have been raised. I feel like that should have been raised. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Is not correct yet. Oh yeah. 2-lane. Drag this across, and I don't trust that. Put it a little further. However, I still need this. Even that seems too short. I feel like I'm gonna have to increase the length on that. This should probably just go ahead and decrease. This means I'm gonna have to go over, which means I need to destroy you and you. That's fine. Then now I need this. Come on, connect. There we go. I don't like how this is doing this. It's getting more complicated. I'm sure there's such an easier way to do this. But we'll figure that out in a moment. We'll take advantage of that. Okay. Slayer episode 6 train. Flare episode 6 train. Okay, I'll take a look at it. Some indicators or signs or parameters you particularly look out for when you conduct a stress test. Oh, that's a good question. One of the things I definitely look for. See, I knew I was gonna have to do it. One of the things I look out for is infrastructure, my roads, because when things start shutting down, in order for it to heal, it's the same principle a little bit in real life, at least in my biased opinion. People still have to be able to travel places to go make those, business deals and sign agreements and this and that. They need to be able to travel there. They need to be able to get the roads there. They need to be able to do this and that. Your city services still need to be able to operate to be able to not only keep order during such times, but they also need to be able to help the rest of your citizens effectively. This is so bad. And they need to get there efficiently. So roads are the first thing I look for, trying to eliminate as much as possible for traffic. Everything needs to be able to flow smoothly, especially your trucks for those real big industries that really hire the most people. Those trucks really matter. They really, really matter because that's your economy repairing itself. All right, so this has to actually be raised up. It swivels a little bit. But I think I can live with it. as long as it's higher. Give me one moment here. I'll answer the rest of your question as soon as I can press play. I gotta make sure that this is correct. You should be able to reach now. Come on. Thank you. There we go. Alright, that should work out. Sprawling suburbs, city skylines. Windsor Part 4 on YouTube. I'm definitely gonna look back at this chat so I make sure I get those episodes from you. But I will check it out. Oh my goodness, I forgot. I got rid of... Oh, okay, we're still good on power. What are some other things that I look out for? Oh, if I have enough... One thing you're going to see me do in just a moment here is making more service districts. So more places for the hospitals and things like that. Back this up a bit. Oh, basically I would need a T connector. Will that work? No, it's not gonna fit on top of this hill. No, there's no way. So, custom design. Probably should have put a T connector here, but I might use the space later. You never know. Just drag this off. Is right. Send that off and on. One problem. Rebuilding and redesigning again and again. How to start out efficiently so that I have to just upgrade or expand. That's a good question too. So when redesigning, if we take a look really quick at the grid for this one, it's not the best design. Even the on and off ramps that I have going on just to get into the different sections of the county aren't exactly efficient. When it comes to upgrading this, it's going to be complicated. I am actually projecting that this design, depending on how well I can also zone the different districts, I don't know how far I will exactly get. I think I can get to late game, but I think pushing late game, pushing past late game, you know, to really capitalizing on all the space that you used up, is going to be very hard for this design. So we'll see. But one way you can make that easier on yourself when you know you have to redesign roads is your initial highway skeleton needs to be you need to be really comfortable with it, and it needs to flow as efficiently as possible before you have to start adding on extras. Basically because of the fact that I had to add on something like this until I think of something else, which this is going to have to change, is already a sign that my system is not working right. So if I can use it to where if the longer I can go without having to alter my initial plans, the better my highway system is. And not only that, even how each section of your each section of your city, or each city, or each specialized district, or whatever it is, depending on the zoning and how well you created the skeleton for that road system for that area, or that region, is also gonna reflect on how well your highway system is, and even how you disperse traffic, or uh, actually help people get to where they need to go, get to where they need to get to fast and efficiently. This is actually working out better than I thought. Adding in this six lane one way. Yes, there we go. When you run out of space, again, that's gonna reflect your highways. Um, no, it reflects your highways less, but really starts coming down to your actual city planning. Um, how much, when you look at the end of it, are there gaps of unused space that you've actually used? Can you put a cul-de-sac, uh, and when I run out of space, I start looking at things like this, the different gaps that I still have that I haven't used. How can I use that? Is it gonna cause a serious issue if I decide to put in a road right here stretching in the middle, and traffic all of a sudden starts, blocking everything and jamming up? You have to start considering that. Once you start planning, you have to be content and know that this is gonna work. This has to work. Um, and then you're gonna also start looking at the space that you left over for in between your highways for your upgrading, uh, uh, altering your roads, or whatever that case is. Did you use that space effectively in the long run? Oh my goodness, my controller. How embarrassing. Excuse me while I get my auxiliary cord. Anywho, but you'll start looking at that space as well to see if you use that as best as possible. If you'll notice, for mine, I have left purposely this that extra space on the left and right sides going down, because I felt that eventually I would have to upgrade this just by looking at it. Um, it's going to challenge me to really find a serious solution. This is already getting on my nerves. That causes city issues everywhere, because that means you have certain cities, uh, city service vehicles stuck on the road. That you don't want, especially your garbage and your death care. That you don't want that. Fundamentals of city planning. That's a good idea. Hmm. I think I created the exoskeleton first when I did the Academy Cities first episode. I might be able to, actually, I can still squeeze it in for the Academy series, because the next episode is going to be about making seed cities that we're gonna grow, hopefully all together. But we're gonna watch as each one expands, and as the different demands come in. I think it should be pretty fun. I think actually I'll learn a lot by watching simultaneous cities grow at the same time, and how the main helps, or either positively impacts certain cities or negatively impacts certain cities because of certain traffic flows. That's gonna be fun. That sounds fun. I can't wait to do that episode. So yeah. So I think I'm gonna actually try to talk about considering fundamentals of teaching, and it looks like they are really crying uh, for commercial. So we need to get ready. I want to get ready to do this test here, but I need to finish up with this demand for some residential. I'm gonna turn these on. I mean, yeah, demand for some commercial over here. And we're going to check this down. Drop that park. And we'll put... This is going to cause a lot of traffic to come down this way. The higher ones this way. Hopefully this actually does our need for pumping out too much freight. Hopefully we can consume some of that. Now, as that goes, what we need to do is start making our service districts. So, nope. We are going to do what I exactly want to do. That is... Does this connect? It does connect. So we're going to open up another highway patrol area here. Here. No, actually not here. Consider the following list. Foundation fundamentals of planning. 5. Efficient late game expansion. I like. Supply chain management. I like. That's... Hold on. Try not to write anything else. Give me just one moment here. And what was that? Are you playing Nick? Oh, gee whiz. No, I am not. No, I am not, my friend. But welcome to the stream. Oh, there it is. Now, where's that pencil? Pen. Oh, come on. There's got to be like one pencil or pen in here somewhere. I have to own like at least one. No, those are my keys. In here? No. Nope. Oh, what was that? Oh, no. What's that? No. No. Oh my gosh. This is embarrassing. No, no, it's not embarrassing. I found something. Write it down. I think this works. I think this works. Okay. You said fundamentals. Efficiently game expression. And supply chain management. Okay. No problemo. We'll make the next couple of episodes about that. Should be pretty awesome. I've played Prison Architect on the PC, and it's fun. Alrighty. Let's get back down to business. Actually, toss this out this way. Okay, they're still doing it. Good. Oops. Oops. And this would be, if that's the 60, 50. What is up with that power in there? Oh, because that's out, really? Are we really gonna do this right now? That should satisfy your needs. And yes, it does. Please. Aw. Okay, I accept. Of course, man. I definitely take advice from the community. That's pretty much why I'm still going and doing what I'm doing, because there's some people out there that actually like, you know, uh, the games that I play and the kind of things that I do. So I'm very appreciative. So I'll definitely take advice from anybody when I can, and try to implement it. More chances. No, I appreciate the compliment, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I mean, I'm still learning. There's people out there that have been playing this for a long time, and they're really good. They have some really good tools that they can use too. So, let me see. I kind of want to get some extra commercial in. I almost don't want to drag too much down here. It's already kind of getting packed. This is bad. To drag that down to there. And there's let's see if increasing this road does anything. Just added an extra turning lane basically to this one. See how it kind of condenses the traffic, since they still have to pick and choose a turning lane. Hopefully both of these lanes will actually make the turn. Yes, they do. That actually helps get traffic out much better. I need to kind of start learning to try this method out. Instead of just doing a 3-lane all the way through, just do it at the major intersections, basically creating that extra turning lane while keeping it 2-lane on both sides. Until 2019, definitely create some good stuff. Share your content with me too. Any links on the comment section, different things like that. Wherever I gotta get a proper Twitter. I have one going, but I'm not the greatest at Twitter. So I do need ways for people to know that the streams are going. Come on, get on there. There we go. There's already a lot of traffic on this side. I think I'm just gonna test it. I think what we're gonna do here is down, around, and take this road. I don't think I need that much. This way. Okay, there we go. We'll do that instead. See if this actually works out. Although I feel like I can increase this and it'll be okay. 3-lane. Now they're definitely, it looks like they're doing alright. Oh, but it's a lot going on still. See if that helps anything. This entrance is harsh. They're also a tad bit short. This, no. Yikes. We need an alternative exit from here. Oh, hello, Gamertech. I am so sorry. I was so focused on that. That is a... Those traffic issues are a nightmare, but they're fixable when you can actually figure out what's actually going on. So my apologies, Gamertank, for not saying hello earlier. Because this is a major issue, and honestly, it's having to do with the fact that there's no alternatives. So since we see how packed that is, what we're going to do is, since we have all this free water, why not just use it? Got the money in the bank. Drag that right on out. Give this entire road a boost. Why is this happening? There we go. Okay. Now, hopefully that will start relieving pressure from over here. Hopefully. We can't even get all of our workers in because they're stuck at these places over here, and that's something we definitely do not want to keep happening, so we'll give that a little bit of time and see how well that I can actually hold out. In the meantime, I'm pretty sure that, where is it at? This is no longer Highland Oil Corp. still are in need of... Yeah, this gate system is not the most efficient. It helps you get to a certain point, but after that, you're gonna need that extra help. And we do have this over here. Not to mention the bridge. Let's see if there's shoppers right there. See if that gives them an alternative and they don't have to use it too much. We're actually going to turn this whole thing around. See if that gets any business. And at the same time, what do we have back here? Room for residential, so the population growth should not be the problem. What is the problem is filling out the rest of that residential demand. But I think we should be okay because we have to repair that down there. I can't start this test until the RCIs balance out. So let's give some extra shopping. Have them use this up. Don't want shopping there. We can put offices just in case for extra permits. I can put those there. Oh, I know this is inefficient. 4 out of 27. 12 out of 27. I've been learning not to use too many of these things because they have 27 trucks that they can use. So I need to learn to start learning how to use more of them, or force them to use more of their trucks. Alright, now that that's done, we got the extra shopping in. Alright, so now that I have this chance, I need to get the service districts in. Alright, I got one for police. That's that that DOT out over here. And notice what we ended up doing. Oh, I need to fix it better. Come on. This should be able to work out. Still crap. Sorry. That's enough. There we go. Hopefully that works. Policies, traffic ban. Hopefully that registers. I'm trying to force these trucks onto this road over here. We'll see how well that works out, just for the DOT aspect. Anywho, another Academy episode could be problem solving general problems, or general problem solving. That is not a bad idea. These episodes, all these different ideas that you're throwing out. So we got one. I still need another one. This is fine. Like one should be placed here, then... Oh, so close. I mean, I still could fit it, but no. Just drop one of those. What do I need here? That sucks. I want to actually test this out and see if these fire trucks will actually be used. That was odd. Not happening. Oopsie. As long as that stays there, it should be okay. Just more alive and bright. I definitely I will keep that in mind, I guess. Darn it, what highway is this? I-60? So this is our stop. Oh, no you didn't. Okay, we got the I-70 DOT, the I-60 Service District. I think I'm okay with... No, I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not. We need to rename this really quick, this section. Yeah, this will pretty much be the whole thing. Come on, check that out. Okay, rename it. I-80 to nowhere just yet, but that's alright. The top 3 things I've mastered, to be honest, I have mastered nothing. Um, I wouldn't dare say I mastered anything because there's absolutely too much to study. Um, in terms of just air traffic alone, managing that, uh, looking at the entire network of what works and what doesn't work. This entire middle section is, I mean, sometimes when you jump in the stream and you look in and you might see somebody's how much they're actually making or their bank account size, and everything looks elaborate, but at the same time, to the person who created it, to me this is a mess, and it's quickly becoming a bigger mess if I don't figure out exactly how to make it more efficient, and cut down some of the unnecessary roads and highway connections. So I've mastered nothing. um, but what did give me a good hang of certain things was studying. I actually took the time during the first season where I would rename certain police districts or highway patrol sections, um, rename each police department, and um, watch one cop, travel around and see his coverage area where he actually goes to, and then I would wait a little while and I would just find a completely random police car and select on it just to see where he came from and what he was doing, and look at how far he actually traveled, and that immediate it immediately let me know that I can uh, place certain vehicles out completely separate from the cities themselves, and they'll still cover the area, if not better in my book. If you only if you have to cover a wide area, then yes. If not, if you have a small city or a small town, it's best to put them right in the middle of the city because they can just get there faster. But when you're talking about coverage, that's when you want to stick stuff on the highways. They can go anywhere. I need stores, and no, I don't need any more industry because this industry still needs to repair, and it is actually repairing itself. It's mostly due to uh, that cry for shopping. And the reason why I'm taking so long to put something down is because I'm noticing that not only am I gonna have to fix my gates here, uh, but the amount of traffic and the kind of traffic coming off of it. Like I don't want to zone any commercial really on this side, because if you could already see how many trucks are already here. I'd rather just keep that as many trucks as possible, and just the people coming in and out to work from here. There's no way I really want to put shopping on that side. This side is a little bit of a balance. However, it's gonna have to be fixed, and you can already see that. So I'm trying to work my way over to my stress test, and yet at the same time, I'm noticing my different traffic issues. So let's try and rework this one. This gate has to be done with. And instead, what we'll do is we'll take This is a lot of area here still, but that's fine. We'll snake this. And then we'll see how well that actually works out. If this does better, then by all means, yes indeed. Oh, but what I am gonna have to do right off the bat, probably no. We'll see how the 3-lane works out first before we increase it to a 6. If the 3-lane starts getting jammed up, then we'll definitely swap it over. But they're making their lane decision turns right here, and that I don't like. Hopefully that helps him out with that a little bit. Top 10 do's and don'ts. More importantly, why do and do not do. Top 10. That's a tough question. Because a lot of the do's and don'ts I am still doing and trying to find a way around them. Number 1, at the top of my list, I would have to say, don't rush your initial planning for your highway system. Don't rush it. Because it's I can't stress enough how much of a core responsibility it is for everything. This I am not appreciating. You know what I want to do here? Let's get rid of that. Yeah, number 1 is definitely don't rush your highway system. Take your time to actually plan it out, because eventually when you have to start improvising is when you're gonna run into your worst problems, like I am running into now. But I actually don't mind doing this because it's teaching me a couple of things on my own do's and don'ts. Number 2 would have to be plan your inner cities road layout properly. Really think of how you want your traffic to flow. Try and picture it if you can, of how it flows when you actually start the initial planning for it. That it just makes it easier for your traffic flow. What's up, Sean Killer? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back, man. Um, but no, the AI is not retarded. It comes down to your planning. Yeah, a little bit of the coding maybe as to when they actually change lanes, or they don't have that much of a human behavior, or common sense to them sometimes when it comes to lane swapping or different things, like doing stuff like this, how they self-adjust. Granted, I did that in the middle of them actually coming down this way, but it does kind of come down to your own fault too. I have to address this issue here. The next one would be to plan out your RCIs. When you know that you're going to start a new city area, that is a high volume of traffic actually coming down here. I'm not gonna end this right here. Terrible. Better. Really take the time to figure out how you're gonna do your commercial areas. Watch your traffic patterns. That's gonna be number, was that number 4 actually, I believe. Watch your traffic patterns. Um, when you start seeing certain traffic issues, take a look. Spend a little bit of time, a little bit of a couple of minutes to actually really figure out what's going on there if you can. Um, I think it'll be safe to say I should put higher density back here on this road instead. But if I do that, this road already has enough traffic coming down it, and this intersection is actually not that long. Try to stay away from short intersections, especially if you know you have a lot of commercial areas around there. This, I think I should upgrade. Looking at my layout here, continue that down. But there's gonna have to, for fire truck purposes, there's gonna have to be a break in here somewhere. So let me see if I could actually put. Where does that traffic usually bundle up at? Right there. I think it's alright to put it here. We'll see how that happens. Number 5, really use your districts, your district tool. Really use this as much as possible. Even play around with it, because it not only does it help you organize, but it helps you know what's what, where things are at, what's up underneath for the zoning. Not only is it looks cool in my opinion, if you will, and when you actually when you want to get real good at your counties and your cities, when you want to get really good, use your district tool, piece by piece, section and section throughout your entire county. Utilize it policy by policy, tax by tax. If you do it that way, I think that will produce the best results possible. Me, I'm still rushing a lot of things inside of my inside a lot of my episodes. This season alone for Grandon River County is going to is rushed as well, because I'm still looking for certain methods, and the best methods to actually create, not the perfect county or the perfect city in my opinion, but something in my book that would be, near perfect, and perfect in my book would be absolutely little to no traffic issues. Maybe 1 or 2 backups just because it's the time of day or something like that. I mean, everything flowing smoothly. The bank account is just absolutely lovely. I'm making a good 200-300,000 in rate, if not 300,000 was in rate was my highest that I've ever done. So I would like to break that record, since I know it's possible to actually reach it. I would like to get to that point. That would be my ultimate goal. So a lot of these seasons that you do see, except for the first season, that one is completed. It's just done. And plus, I don't even have the save file anymore for it. But season 2 and this one being season 3, and some of the ones that I've done in between those episodes, when you catch them, they're incomplete. They've gotten to some point, and then they've stopped, and it's because what I was learning from it or trying to test out with it is no longer is done, and I'm trying to carry that knowledge into the next one. So as the seasons go, what I'm hoping to actually look for is eventually I hit the point where I say, this is absolutely flawless in my book. And I don't know when it's gonna be. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm not aiming for any perfect cities. I want it to just actually happen naturally. Or for somebody in the stream to say that, hey, enough people in the stream to say, this perfect city, well done, no issues, nothing. Where I can sit back and say it takes no interaction from me to actually do this. I think, oh no, stop, no, move it. There we go. I don't want to do that. I will do that. And I think I'll park? No. If you notice, you'll see my industry demand is constantly trying to skyrocket and constantly trying to push, um, and I'm not really zoning any new actual yellow industry uh, besides office zone, um, because my commercial demand is consistently going up. And not only that, but if you take a look around, it should say that oh, well, no, I'm starting to satisfy it. But if you were noticing, it was saying that I had too much, there weren't enough, not services, no. Too much product, not enough, I couldn't sell it fast enough. I was getting those indications and those businesses were going under. Well, it's because I needed more stores to consume all that product still. So no need for me to really put down any actual industry. I can put the office zones to help satisfy the new residential, which is coming in nicely now, almost done. I can put that office zone in because that at least gives them jobs still, without having to mess with my commercial demand. And once my commercial demand is actually starting to slow, which it is actually slowing now, but it's still coming in. If this section comes in completely, or when it stops, there's no more no more buildings coming up from the actual newly planned commercial zones, then that's when I know I can start putting down actual industry again to satisfy that new zoning. Right off the bat, I can tell you we're gonna have a lot of traffic issues. And the tester that was going on for this map, if you're curious, was to see just how long or how well I can actually use the default, the pre-made intersections for the highway system. How long I can use that without having to mess with it at all. And to be honest, from my first real attempt at really trying to do it, it didn't last very long because it's barely getting me into mid game. I'm still trying to peek out and get into mid game right now. So that's it did not work that effectively. It's still going, but not as best as I would have liked. I'm gonna drag this road down. Those extra connections. We're gonna leave space in between there, and I don't mind that. Need to be able to break up traffic. Another do, in my opinion, is to try to purposely fill up all of your lanes if you can. Condense as many cars as possible onto a lane. That way that you know I mean, yeah, it's a lot of cars on there per block, but you want to stay away from cramming or forcing cars to really go heavy on that right or left side like you can see going here. That's been my goal for the longest run, trying to condense it to where all these lanes are being used efficiently, and I can clear as much of a traffic without causing backups like this back on the highway. Experimentation and stress testing, that's not too bad. I tried to do that on one of them. And oh, you got both of them on there twice. Okay, got it. Oh, oh yeah, huh? Early, mid, and late game. It's a good idea. Criterias and requirements. Parentheses. Cry. I did not spell that right. And requirements. I can do it actually for each stage. And all this has to be recorded live too, so this is going to be interesting. Okay, excuse me. Alrighty. Thank you very much for the tips on those. I'm gonna definitely get these into the next couple of episodes here because I think those are pretty awesome suggestions, if you will. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. Let's turn this upward. Yep, it is kind of slowing. I don't want commercial on this road, so let me toss a park over here. And another thing I'm going to be practicing as well is trying to really take my time and implement certain features like the tram and stuff like that. Certain cities that just run off, you know, the tram or the what are those different things? Isn't it the tram? Yeah. Certain cities that operate off the tram or the metro. That actually reminds me, one thing I definitely do with my buses, transportation. Actually, I should do a transportation episode on Academy City, probably for each one, if I can. I don't think I'll have access to any boats on that map. But I would definitely try it. I do appreciate this, by the way, new trainee. The episode ideas. I'm gonna definitely do that. I'm okay with putting this high density for now. That'll help satisfy everything else. And during these last few moments here, what we are going to now do is do a stress test of our service districts as far as crime. So we're gonna get started here. You know what? Actually, I should turn that into the next episode because it's gonna be very impactful as to what's happening here. And this is actually condensing, but I feel like because of the fact that they're turning so much into these lanes here, I need to experiment with one-way roads too. But I mean, this season here for Grandon River was really my first hardcore test of trying to use those by themselves. It's been something else. Oh, hi me. What's up, man? Welcome back to the stream, my friend. I am here with new trainee who has been absolutely awesome. New trainee, please meet me. Me is an original, like, probably what, first subscriber or something. He's a veteran around here. But what's up, little bro? I'm glad you can jump back in. Okay. So instead, I'm actually going to finish this out with the zoning that we're doing out here. Um, our stores are really slowing down, which means we're probably clear to actually put down some actual industry. Oh no, we still have this repairing, so nope, we're not gonna do that yet. We need to wait for this to actually finish out because that actually affects your RCI. Oh, that's cool. You're in California too? Not bad. Oh, there's snow, so you don't have to go until 10:30. Aha, that's cool. I would like to see some snow again, but yeah, I am in California too. Inland Empire. I'm from Moreno Valley, but it's good. It's nice to meet another Californian. Put some offices right there. Yeah, and I don't really like this. I feel like I'm gonna have to custom on the next season. I'll be trying to do a complete custom layout. I want to tackle the high five again, so we'll see how well that actually works out. Oh my goodness. I'm scared to put something else back here. This is not an efficient layout. I think I'm more of a fan of doing my own custom design. I am from Moreno Valley, California. It's a decent sized little. It's a small size city, I guess you could say. Quickly growing to mid size. Doing a lot out here. Gosh, I don't want to force. Wait a minute. Has this been blocking things up lately? Not really. I feel like I can still use it, but to cram the rest of the traffic onto the highway. We'll do this. We'll do this test here again. Let's see where we're going with that. Um, Shut it down, force everybody back onto the highway, and see what happens. We'll give it that quick stress test really fast because I made a lot of edits on this episode. So instead of shutting down the city services, we're gonna go ahead and start the test for the highway system with the edits on it. Since there's only one over there, I feel like I should actually create another right here. A lot of the traffic is on this side. We have incoming on both of these sections. I know this is backed up because people are still trying to come this way. But hopefully the AI figures it out, starts going other ways. This is already going to cause an issue because we got all these people stuck in here. Hopefully we'll get them out. Google Maps satellite. and its traffic issues. I, I, I'm guessing, of course, that you are not telling me to do it here on the live stream because I don't think I can actually do that. But if you want me to do it on the side while I'm actually taking a look at this here, um, where's my phone at? On the floor. Why? I do not know. But yeah, let me bring that up really quick because I do have some comments on my city's road design and actually where some looming problems are at. I actually discussed them uh, with a couple of people that I know here and there. Let me bring up Google Maps really fast. I need all these people to finish getting unstuck. Okay, Merino Valley. So Merino Valley for me, one issue definitely is Heacock Street. Heacock Street and what would that be? What is it called? Sunnymead. Heacock Street and Sunnymead. Going down Heacock right off the 60 freeway is becoming a quick issue. I've watched over time, especially because Marina Valley is growing. Um, that exit is being used for trucks. It is spacious enough for trucks. It is a truck route going straight down into Marina Valley's uh, major industrial area, which is really sectioned in between. Let's see, it starts when you go down Heacock from the 60 freeway going south, I believe that is, from the 60 freeway. Where's Heacock? Oh, there it is. Okay. The industrial area really begins on Heacock Street and Iris Avenue, and a lot of the trucks choosing to come off the 60 because they're probably just coming from that route regardless, especially if they're coming from the east, are using the 60 to get off the freeway. I have witnessed some trucks actually kind of coming off the west side, I think, but it's quite a tight turn. But nonetheless, because there's combined traffic there, during school hours, in the mornings it's not too bad, but it's that rush hour traffic toward the end that is really causing an issue. People going out of the city is their main issue, going out of the city. During the middle of the day, so let's say I would say between 12 and 2 p.m., it's bad because of the schools that are right there, and the traffic that's generated by the schools naturally during those times of the day. So you'll end up having, where's a good example of Heacock in? I know I have to have some kind of example. That's 60. I know I have to have a connection that is similar. There's no bridge. Give me just one moment, because I'm sure I can find a situation in here that is relevant to what I'm discussing, or related to what I'm discussing. Okay, let's back up. Sterling, New Vera. I just checked those. It's kind of similar, but not really. I'm working on it. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. Exactly, Merino Valley. Okay, because of the off and on ramps that I created, it's not giving me a proper one, but I think I can mimic it right off the bat here somewhere. So residential area, it would go, no, it's residential and then shopping. So that would have to be back this way somewhere. Residential and then shopping, but that is in the way. Now this is definitely similar. This one. I can't squeeze anything over here. I could probably make it right here. That would be stupid though. Well, okay. It's a little difficult to try and find one, but this is about the closest that I'm looking at here. So, this road right here on the south side would be Heacock Street. This would be Sunnymead. This, of course, going across the bridge is Heacock as well. Heacock is going north to south, Sunnymead going east and west. And then the 60 would be straight across here. The only difference is it's flipped bridge-wise. There's Heacock Street is actually not a bridge. The 60 is a bridge going over Heacock Street. So if you could just imagine those two flipped. Now, Sunnymead has stores going across this, and they have gas stations at the smallest, at a very small intersection. I can't do this. I'm going to recreate it because it's important that somebody sees this. What is this, shopping down here? This is shopping, and I think I can do it here. I'm gonna take the bridge over. Oh, come on. And it is actually a 3-lane too, so this is actually gonna this works out. Nope, that would be Paris Boulevard. So yeah, Heacock goes. It's got that freaking exit right here, and then it's got a little bit of a longer run, I believe, and then ends up connecting. And this one is actually just straight to the point, and so is this one going down a little bit, and then gives you up to about here. So they give attention to traffic going on, but it's not enough to handle the amount of traffic that's starting to be generated. To make matters worse, Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, that's right. It has that. Can I add that? It's got that freaking. I can add it. Oh, that's okay. This just makes it more terrible that I can actually show. Yep. Two lane, two lane. Section has that one turning lane and then the two, so we can actually go ahead and do that. This goes under, it's a two lane. So 3 for that small section. Actually, this. Okay. So this would be. Oh, sorry. Peacock. What? Why are you doing this to me? Oh, come on. Sorry, excuse me. Just one moment. Bear with me. Oh, darn you. Patience. Go slower. Why? Why won't the name generate? Okay, I'm have for some reason the no, screw that. Really, because it's too small. Okay, whatever. Sorry, forgive me. And this would be the 60 freeway, but it's labeled the I-80. When you have 100K subscribers, will you remember me? What? You think I would actually get 100,000 subscribers? I don't know if I will actually have 100,000 subscribers. We'll just see what the future holds. But I would have to say so. At least in your name purposes, it's easy to it's easy to remember. But you're very iconic right now because you're helping me really shuffle my mind around for different different ideas. I did recreate it right here. Okay. Oh man, I sure did do that. I screwed this whole thing up. Whatever. Okay. I'm sorry. This is still not working right. This is Sunnymead. This is Heacock Street. This is a 60 freeway. One of the major issues is this on and off ramp part. It irks my nerves every single time. This already, Heacock Street at this point, when you get to the intersection between Sunnymead and Heacock, is already packed on both lanes with vehicles. Not only that, to make matters worse, it's got the smallest piece of road that's cut by another what is it called? Postal, I think that street is called, off to the right, and it's got a gas station, I think a gas station located here. gas station located here, and some stores, I believe, located right there. Um, Heacock actually continues. I doubt if I'll actually be able to make this going straight across. Oh, I can. Okay, so that is actually perfect. Oops. Come on, straighten up. Okay. But it's got this smallest intersection right here. And then to make matters worse, going under the bridge is where you get to that left lane, so you can actually make your left turn, getting on the 60 going west. But as you can see, the truck's coming off it too. You can see how much of an issue it is already to have trucks have to come off of this road to go down the rest of Heacock just to get into the rest of the industrial further into the city. Granted, it's nice that the rest of Heacock they've upgraded to, you know, it's a 3-lane and it's nice stretches of road, but this is terrible at this this interchange right here. Or not interchange, but this on and off ramps here for the 60. It's just terrible. It's no room, it's no space, and it backs up traffic, just like traffic is starting to back up now. It backs up traffic for at least 3-4 blocks, and it just causes everything to get really slow. Not to, it's bad for the kids too, because there's a school right there. Mikolaj, forgive me, I'm not sure if I've said your name correctly there. Why is this version looks very different from the original game? It looks very simple. Well, what we're watching this on right now is the PlayStation, so that could be why it does. I don't have all those editor tools that the PC version has, and the screen and the layout and everything is different. So yeah, it is on it. The game is at its basics, and awaiting more updates, more patches, more expansions, and so on and so forth. So those things will be coming out, but that's why it looks the way it looks. I'm 28 actually. Hello, me. Welcome back, my friend. There is a serious cry for industry, and I have not fully decided if I should put some out just yet. Oh, this actually needs to be canceled now because we're done with that explanation. Actually just downgrade this back. The store is back. And this is kind of doing something right now, so I'm gonna leave this here. But I think I'm gonna have to change this. No, stop it. It's still an upgrade. I wonder if that'll help let other stuff breathe. That little simple connection I actually did right now. They might. They're starting to do. They noticed that some people wanted a touch of terraforming, so they kind of. It looks like they tried to do something with this, or kind of made an icon for it. But who knows? I'm not really sure what they're gonna come out with next. I do hope it is something that is kind of along the lines of terraforming. That would be kind of nice. I think if I'm going to continue this in here. So I'm getting ready to put some more industrial down. Yeah, I might as well. Actually, I'm not gonna put industry down. This is a cry for office. Because then the reason why I know it's a cry for office is because there's still too much product in these warehouses, and that's starting to happen again. So really, we need. This is what they're asking for, and as you can see, it's sprawling like crazy. It's gonna give us a nice boost to our income. We'll probably need a good amount of that as well going along, so what I'm gonna do here is get an extra section of the office space going. Start to toss that in there. Terraforming is one thing I want to, not terraforming, but well, you can kind of terraform for an industrial zone. Forestry, you can custom make that and send that as an export. That I learned you can definitely do. That industry demand is really starting to decrease, and then in turn that's going to help our stores start to pop back in. I think pretty soon, shortly here, we're going to end up seeing a demand for our residential start to spike up, because this was the most recent one to actually increase, but it looks like we still have room to upgrade and increase. I'm going to go ahead and lay this extra zoning back here. But if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need to take the time to upgrade this. Get rid of that, some of that noise pollution that's going to be back here. Because instead it'll just make them sick all day long. That awkward area. There's already 3 back here. There's no space for here, so let's get the mall out near some of the residential. And this is, I'm gonna have to start another city soon, because this is taken. So instead we'll plop the mall out here. See, this big gap I just do not like. use this up for something. Stop it. Go get rid of that. Now our RCI is starting to balance out. Everything is being taken care of. There's plenty for people to do and zone out, businesses to lease out. All I gotta do is let the people actually do their thing and let life happen and go on. And thus we have no demand for anything because there's plenty for people to work on. All we gotta do is sit back and enjoy the money and look at stuff to play with. I highly doubt it should actually be right there. It needs to be able to hit the... Huh. Really? Is this a one-way? It is not a one-way. I don't like the face that... Ugh, no. You charge me 130,000 to move it? Oh my gosh. Make sure you know where you want it. Hey, I kind of like that. Why not? Well, if I could do that, that would be awesome. I don't think there's any mods though for this just yet, but that would be absolutely fun. Our residentials are starting to increase because we have placed that down. You can see at the graph over there at the top left how it's starting to everything's starting to, well, we're starting to hit more level 5s. And yeah, people do recreate real cities on YouTube, and it's even better because they do it on PC. I think there might be some that do it on PlayStation. I haven't checked myself, but I would have to guess that there's some people that have attempted it by now. I'm sure it's more effective on PC though. But yeah, that I know people definitely do that. And it's pretty interesting when you see the amount of focus and whatnot that they do. A lot of the videos are sped up. But nonetheless, it's good footage. Sheesh. Really now? Nice. Got a lot of upgrading going on. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this episode for now. New trainee, I appreciate all the help and advice that you definitely gave today. I'll see if I can get a lot of those questions and whatnot answered for you in the Academy series. The next couple of episodes will probably be for the Academy series. As we're discussing those topics, I think I'll learn a lot. I think a lot of people will definitely learn a lot. Um, I know I hope to learn something from the experience. So I appreciate you very much for stopping by, man. Do take care. Do have a wonderful day tomorrow. And as usual, everybody, do please subscribe, like, share to all your friends as well if they're a fan of the game and they're looking for a series as well to follow. Hopefully, you know, you guys have some really good questions lined up. New trainee, you have some of the best questions that I could possibly think of. I really appreciate when you do ask too, because it helps me kind of focus myself and actually answer some questions sometimes that I might have myself. That's gonna do it for this special episode, guys. Hopefully, we got a sneak peek into what's to come for the what is it called? The Academy series, Academy City series.